This is a Simplicity 6570. I got this a little while back at Goodwill. This is a newer style Taconi upright. This is not one of the earlier Taconi uprights that were simply relabeled Panasonic Jetflows. This was, by the time this vacuum came out, Taconi made their own design, which was essentially a copy of the Panasonic with a couple of differences. But it's a very good vacuum. It has a metal brush roll. You can see it on the bottom. It has a teeny tiny bit of surface rust on the brush roll. It's not too bad. You can definitely tell this vacuum was used, but for the low price I paid, it was worth it. Has a stretch hose on the back. You can see it right here. Has a decent amount of reach to it. It's got the hose, the wand right here, which actually does extend if you twist this. And then dusting brush / upholstery tool. This slides off. And again, I think that was something that was originated by Panasonic, and then Taconi kind of just copied it. This really long crevice tool, which I've always liked, having that long crevice tool, because it's helpful for like reaching under the stove or like behind the washing machine and stuff like that. This vacuum does not have a HEPA filter. It just has this micro filter, but it does have this filter, and this is a HEPA bag, so technically it does still have HEPA filtration because you have this decent quality. It's aftermarket Simplicity HEPA bag, but it's still a good quality HEPA bag. I put a new belt in it. Works great. Wash the filters. It actually is not as powerful suction wise or airflow wise as my Riccar Vibrance, which is quite a bit newer. This vacuum was made in late 2000, and my Riccar Vibrance which is essentially a newer alteration of this machine. It's made I think the spring of 2013, so with that almost 13-year difference, Vibrance does have more power, but I like this vacuum better just because it's less complicated. It doesn't have that lifetime belt thing, which is kind of problematic. And this vacuum actually has a better motor. It has a bigger motor. I'm pretty sure it has an Amtech motor because it sounds just like my Kenwood Progressive, which has an Amtech motor. So it's a really good motor in it. Surprisingly big motor for a vacuum that's not that big. So it has a really good motor in it that I don't believe newer Taconi uprights of this price range use. This is a lower end upright. My Riccar Vibrance uses a cheap Chinese motor, which has kind of like that bagless, chintzy bagless vacuum sound to it. So this has a much more pleasant sounding motor. So this is a better vacuum, even though it might not be as powerful. It will last, and it has lasted quite a long time. So without further ado, I'll run it so you can hear it. And again, it's not the best carpet cleaning vacuum I've ever used, but it still cleans very well. Better than many, not as good as many, but still not bad. part of the reason why I think this doesn't clean as well as some of other bag vacuums. This price range is, I think the nozzle sits too far up from the floor, just the way the place where they put the wheels kind of raises it too far off the floor, I think, to dig down deep enough into the carpet. Still, it's not a bad vacuum. It's made very well, has a good motor in it, and still cleans carpet fine. It's just not the deepest cleaner I've ever used, but anyway, it's a good machine, and you know, I wouldn't hesitate to recommend something like this for people who are starting out and are on a budget. So without further ado, that is the Simplicity 6570 from 2000. Hope you enjoyed the video.